Hi, everybody. This is Razan, and I am going to give you a little bit of um, kind of an overview, I guess, of what my artifact will be about, and also a little bit of what I'm intending on doing and how I'm going to do it. Um, so, from last week, I explained that I would like to create some form of online um, receptacle, so to speak, of patient documents for screening prior to receiving any kind of imaging examinations. So this kind of goes back to what I do for work, which is working in the radiology department. I do MRI, X-ray, bone densities, and a lot of times when patients come in for these exams, we don't know very much about them. We're not familiar with their history, medical or otherwise, and so we need to gather some information. The problem is that for a lot of these patients, they've already been to many other doctors' offices, and the same information or similar information was probably already gathered for them. So, my intent, or what I would like to create, is some form of cloud storage, either app or server that we can, as a region, whether it be in a city or in a state, or across multiple entities, be able to share that information. And we use technology on a daily basis. We use technology to get a lot of things done. It's how we live our lives now. So it makes a lot of sense to just go ahead and continue to do that in things like healthcare and to expand on healthcare by utilizing technology a lot better. So one area where technology is prevalent is the healthcare system. However, being in the healthcare system, I know that there are limitations to how we can use that technology, primarily it being um, whenever patients go from one doctor to the other, one provider to the next, and each place, like I said, asks you to fill out documents or information pertaining to your examinations. So in radiology, we have to make sure that patients are safe when they're having examinations done, and that they're able to have the examinations that we need to have for them for diagnostic purposes without hurting them. So by creating a system of document sharing, multiple providers are able to access relevant patient information for each type of exam. It allows for a more uniform healthcare system with fewer safety incidents. But the most important thing is that we have to collaborate. And I am aware that this type of artifact or this type of um, tool is going to be uh, only successful if we collaborate amongst providers, such as different radiology departments in a region, different hospitals, as well as doctors, referring physicians, nurse practitioners. And so the initial step is to decide on what documents are going to best prepare us for this type of sharing. And what I wanted to show you is a couple of websites. This is the Methodist Mansfield Hospital website. This is in my area where I live. And they have this thing called My Chart Patient Portal. Texas Health Resources also has the same type of um, service available to patients. And this is from UC, University of California, San Francisco's Department of Radiology. And this is just their patient portal, similar to what I was just showing you, where they can prepare for their exam and they can find the exam that they want to do. For instance, they're going to have a barium enema, which are so much fun. And so they click on barium enema and it pulls up all the different tips and how to prepare. However, if you notice, there aren't a lot of forms that these patients can fill out for these types of exams. And so when the patient walks into the department, that's when we start to ask them questions. And the intention for me is to make it where we don't ask these questions ahead of when the patient shows up, but rather ahead of time, and by the referring physician, for instance, or by their nurse practitioner, so that when the patient arrives for their exam, they're ready to go. And there are a lot of different documents, such as pregnancy screening, metal artifacts, any kind of history of surgeries that may be in, you know, interfering with the types of exams that patients are having. So there is the method of collecting those documents first, and that would be my initial step, is to go out, collect documents from different entities, and pretty much upload them into the server so that patients can go in and access those documents to fill them out ahead of time, or their providers can do the same. That's just a really basic overview. I'm not really sure. It's been very difficult for me to figure out how to do this, so I'm trying to kind of come up with a way to create the actual prototype for it. But this is kind of a little more visual of what I'm thinking of doing. So just let me know what you guys think, and if you have any suggestions on how I can actually move forward with creating this prototype, let me know. Thank you.